What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy on sports, joining you here as we have reached into round number 2 of the college football playoff, the college football quarterfinals, if you will. Appreciate everybody being on. Alex, welcome in, man. Good to have you on first. And it's Buckeyes and Hurricanes, of course, getting played in the Orange Bowl, so essentially a home game for the U. They have a couple of very talented individual players, and they stack up well against the Buckeyes. Buckeyes struggled against Georgia for 2.5 quarters, turned it on late to win 17-14. If you haven't gone back and watched round 1, that was a very fun and exciting game where the Buckeyes beating the Georgia Bulldogs 17-14. But the weather was crazy. There was snow all over the place up in Columbus. This one obviously going to be a different situation. Both teams should be able to let their horses open up their legs. So it were. Again, do appreciate everybody being on. Only place on YouTube you're going to find simulated sporting events with live original commentary. And we got to get this season done because the real Buckeyes kick off just 5 days from now. Welcome in, Dwayne. Go Browns. Go Buckeyes as well. And Miami returns the kick up to about the 15, 16-yard line. There's Manny Diaz, their coach. Carson Beck. Transfer, of course, from Georgia. Clearly he's had a very good season. They are undefeated this season. 6'4", the transfer from Georgia, Carson Beck. Back to pass now. Beck, quick little slant across the middle. Got it. Styles will knock him to the ground, but a quick catch from Keelan Marion, one of the receivers. Excuse me, Joshisha Trader, rather. Trader, not Marion. Trader. One of their talented 5-star kids from a year ago. Trader, and now a sack from Bo Atkinson. And Kenyatta Jackson will have a 3rd and long here on the opening drive. This Buckeye D-line feasted against Georgia. Just played an incredible game, kept them in the game, and you can see Jackson coming from that side. Number 61, that's Mayaga. Won't give me a top 5 pick. They may have 2 top 5 picks in this year, Miami, and Francis Mayaga, the tackle, and Ruben Bain, the edge rusher. Will dump it left side, but a good tackle in space by the freshman, Devin Sanchez. And that's going to keep Miami short, and they will have to punt it away here as Hunter Carver, redshirt freshman tight end, not able to achieve the first down. And here come the Buckeyes. Also, I was today years old when I realized that Caleb Downs' brother is Josh Downs, the wide receiver for the Colts. The two of them are going to do like a Kelsey-style brothers podcast thing, I guess. All right. Give it to, nope, fake it to James Peoples. Now he'll take off. Nobody's open, but Sands sees a hole. 50 to the 45 to the other side of the 40-yard line. Give him the 41 and a 22-yard scamper on first down from Julian Sayin. Yes, they are, Alex. Defensive line is and has been elite. Hope that plays out on Saturday afternoon against the Longhorns. Swing it to Brandon Innes on a little RPO to the left side. He'll pick up 6, where he'll be chased down by a couple of Kane defenders led by the linebacker Raul Aguiar Jr. And option keeper again as Peoples gets drilled, but Sayin gets the first down. Slide, kid, slide. Tackled again. I would not have had Julian Sayin 41 yards of rushing on the opening drive on my bingo card. But here we are, and a first down in the red zone now. Motion coming. Fake the pop pass to give it to Peoples. He'll try to go wide. He's got the corner to the 15. Little juke move, and he'll be tackled at the 13. Give him a gain of 4. So he was able to outrun the pressure of the defensive line that time. Aguiar again over the middle. Touchdown, Max Clear! Not sure why they chose to drop Ruben Bain, number 4. He is an elite pass rusher. They dropped him in coverage that time, and he absolutely got completely lost. And Max Clear, watch him sneak right behind number 4 and into the end zone. You can see there's number 4 right there. Like, I think I'm supposed to be covering somebody, and he was not covering somebody. Zechariah Poyser, number 7, late to get over there as well. And the Buckeyes roll right on down the field. It was a nice drive, Dwayne, to get right up and in there. Yeah, it could be, Alex. Yeah, that's what I said when they announced that their podcast today. I was like, what? Caleb Downs and Josh Downs are brothers? That's what I said. I was today years old when I discovered that fact. All right, 1st and 10 again for Carson Beck and company. And he'll give it to his talented receiver, Mark Fletcher. At one time, an Ohio State commit, I believe, Mark Fletcher, number 4. He's a big power back, 6'2" kid. American Heritage High School. I think they were on ESPN this weekend, American Heritage. Give it to him again. Now Fletcher will try the left to the 20. He'll spin near the 25, and he sets up a 3rd and 2 for the Hurricanes. Sporting those home orange jerseys, since they're technically the higher seed, number 1 seed. Not technically, nothing about it. Slant across the middle, first down achieved. That time they complete the pass to C.J. Daniels. He is their top receiver, a transfer from Liberty and LSU. C.J. Daniels, 6'2". This is his 6th year of college football for C.J. Daniels. Back to pass now. A little RPO, but it's picked off. He baited him, didn't he? Lorenzo Styles Jr. Speaking of brothers, Lorenzo and Stunny. And Lorenzo Styles Jr. picks off Carson Beck as he tried a little RPO on the dig route to the right side. And the Buckeyes are all over it. Alex, you called for it, buddy. You called for it again. And Styles just ran the route for him. Again, that was Joshisha Trader. And Trader couldn't get himself in a position to even play defense on that one. So here come the Buckeyes. Still starting a backup right guard for whatever it's worth. Fired across the middle to Ennis. First down inside the 25, and Poyser is now a little nicked up. Getting up. I just talked about him on the previous play. He'll have to take a seat here. First down Buckeyes at the 23-yard line. Motion coming from Ennis. Saying in a shotgun. Back to pass against the 4-man rush. Fling it across the middle, and it's picked off. He gives it right back. It's a weird-looking play. Raul Aguiar, again, the middle linebacker, able to poach that one. It kind of looked like he was trying to throw it to Jeremiah Smith. And maybe Jeremiah didn't know that it was coming, and Aguiar just, I don't know, are we going to get a replay on that one? It was a really lazy throw. Watch this, he just kind of half arms it, and then, yeah, Aguiar just standing in the right place at the right time. And it's a bad time to run the dig route or the drag route there if you're going to throw it right where the linebacker is standing, which is what Julian Sayin just did. Now Beck, left side, and he'll give it right back. Sanchez at the 50-yard line all the way up to the 31, and the true freshman 5 stars got the Buckeyes back in business. Hey, Jim, welcome in. I believe that they do, Alex. I believe so. I believe they played the orange, I think. Pretty sure. Devin Sanchez, holy moly. We've had essentially back-to-back-to-back picks now. Buckeyes with a first down at the 31. Let's see if Julian can calm down a little bit from his interception. Double tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Peoples in the backfield. They'll give it, nope, he'll keep it again. Another option keeper, first down running. And Julian saying, maybe they saw something in film that they could really attack with the quarterback run, because he's had 3 option keepers and over 50 yards already. A trio of receivers to the right. They'll pitch that way, a little crack toss. C.J. Donaldson, he's got a head of steam. He gets cut down. And now another offensive line injury for the Buckeyes, and it's Carson Hinsman. Man, oh man. Having a hard time keeping the starting offensive line healthy. Josh Padilla comes into the game. It's a 1st and goal for the Buckeyes at the end. It was a nice run by Donaldson there. Back to pass now, Sand. He's got good time against the 3-man rush. He'll take off. 3-2-1. He won't slide. He'll be drilled at the 1. And you got to be careful. He actually left the Georgia game with an injury. And Lincoln Keenholz actually finished that game, if you remember. Sand very aggressive with the feet. Peoples will be blown up in the backfield this time by Aguiar. That linebacker's had a very good start to the game. Well, at least after the starters, here we go with the big wing T on a 3rd and goal here. Sand changing the play. Actually, Hinsman appears to be right back in. They'll give it to the fullback, T.C. Caffey, and he's in there. The former walk-on, T.C. Caffey, is into the end zone for the Buckeyes. What a play. They go the wing T, and out of it they choose to go with the fullback power. And T.C. Caffey, ooh, maybe that knee is down, maybe not. Now, in real life, T.C. Caffey actually had to medically retire from football, I believe, this year, but I decided to keep him in the game as an homage, because you can love players like that, walk-ons who earn scholarships. TC Caffey not actually on the Buckeye roster this year again, but I chose to make him because they had a random fullback on our roster. And we don't have any random fullbacks on our roster right now. All right, 14-0. Carson Beck, the transfer from Georgia. He's had a very special season. You can see he'll try an option keeper, and the Buckeyes swarm him for a loss of 1. Ooh, Malik Hartford and Jermaine Matthews were in there in a hurry. Beck now, delayed handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher up the middle, nearing a first down, actually achieves it. He'll pick up about 14. A delayed handoff on a 2nd and long kind of fooled everybody. Exactly, Alex. I hope that TC is enjoying his life for sure. Fired over the middle, wide open for a first down. And that appears to be somebody who has the wrong number, because that does not appear to be the backup tight end, Hunter Carver, a big 6'4" freshman, who's a white guy. So yeah, that's not the actual number 80. Maybe a number change. Fletcher up the middle, and another nice run for Mark Fletcher. Powerful back. See if we can get a last name look on that jersey for number 80. Figure out who it's supposed to be. Fletcher again, they'll play action to a Beck, firing in rhythm, fired over, watch out, Matthews beat him, touchdown, Hurricanes, and they can strike real fast like that. C.J. Daniels, the 6'2", 6th-year redshirt senior, and he beat right across the face of Matthews on that one-on-one coverage. No safety help over the top. We'll see a look at this play now where Daniels just beats him, and you can see Downs had to cover the crossing receiver, and that gives him wide open, and a good throw beats good coverage. And into the end zone go the Hurricanes, and very quickly now 14-7. Bert Auburn, the former Texas kicker, the guy with the really long curly blonde hair, Bert Auburn. Yes, it would be great if he sees this, Jim. Yeah. TC Caffey, if you happen to be watching, shout out to you on your touchdown, and we hope you're well wherever your post-football career has led you. 14-7, still first quarter here at Nagy on Sports. Appreciate all my subscribers. You guys are the best. Swing it right side. Peoples, nice old juke move, 30 to the 35. James Peoples spinning away for more tackles. 40, 45 to the 50, and James Peoples on a mission. Give him 20 on that scamper. What a run for one of the super sophomores on this team, James Peoples. Just refusing to go down on that run. Trips to the left side. Peoples still in the backfield, saying he'll throw. He's got good protection. He'll fire, dig across the middle, decked, but holds on to, because he's the best receiver on the planet, and that's Jeremiah Smith. He holds on to the football and has a first down. James Peoples is the GOAT. I love it. Across the middle, wide open to Ennis, to the 10, to the 8-yard line. It's like they forgot to cover him, and this thing headed in the direction of a 50-60 sort of situation, with both teams scoring big, fast touchdowns. Peoples this time. There's Reuben Bain, number 4, blown up in the backfield, along with his teammate Wesley Bisanthe. 2nd and goal. Delayed handoff. C.J. Donaldson to the right. He'll try to get fancy with the footwork, and he's pushed into the end zone for a touchdown. Buckeyes. Brantley, number 19, the corner, tried to sort of hang on. Charles Chuck Brantley, transfer from Michigan State, and he tries to hold on, and he sort of just gets pushed in, and then his linebacker compatriot comes and pushes him into the end zone. That's defensive lineman Justin Scott, actually, the big sophomore, another 5-star kid, I believe. We're in number 5 in the middle of that D-line, and he pushed him into the end zone. And the Buckeyes just scoring at will right now. What a change from the previous week's snowball, where both teams gutted out a 17-14 performance. We already have the same amount of touchdowns in less than a quarter of play. We'll try to go wide 20, nearing the 25. Decent little return there from an unnamed, unrostered number 1 running back, or number 1 receiver, whatever his name is. But there's no number 1s on their roster at current. That's C.J. Donaldson, Alex, the big power back that we got from West Virginia in the portal. He'll be a 1-2 punch with James Peoples this year. C.J. Donaldson. You're going to see him on Saturday. You'll be a fan, I promise. It's little bit more traditional 1-2 punch. He's the big boomer of the running back. Nice tackle for a loss right there by Igbinosin. And the first quarter comes to a close. They had that set up. If he gets around that initial guy, he's going to be running for a while. Great tackle by Igbinosin. So 21-7 after one, an entertaining first quarter. And again, yeah, what a difference a week makes. The previous game against Georgia, that Snow Bowl, 17-14 was the final score. No, you're fine, Alex. It's all good. No need to apologize. Left side slant caught. Daniels again, his third catch. He had the touchdown on the previous drive. They have a first down to the 34-yard line. Carson Beck steps back into a shotgun. Mark Fletcher on his right hip. They'll give it to Fletcher. He'll try a left side zone run. He does. Gets first down. And that's where he'll be stuck right there. And now Fletcher a little injured because Caleb Downs brings the boom. Up the middle, handed off to the second running back, and that's Jordan Lyle, the true sophomore. Jordan Lyle from St. Thomas Aquinas, another one of those football powers down there. Miami was good for so many years because they didn't let those elite players get out of the state. Starting to get some more of that nice pressure coming for the Buckeyes, including big Edric Houston on the sack. Speaking of getting players from other states. Went into went out into the South and sniped a 5-star kid, Edric Houston, right out of the back door of those Georgia Bulldogs. Buford, Georgia is where Edric Houston is from. Now Carson Beck. Good protection. Now he'll be hit as he throws. He dumps it off to his outlet valve, and that's that unnamed receiver. But we're not going to see his last name. Unnumbered receiver, rather. Punt upcoming for the Hurricanes. Buckeyes defense holds up there. And out of bounds, punt at the 10. Pretty decent punt there for them. The punter, Dylan Joyce. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. Julian saying back to pass. Dump it quickly to the right side to Ennis. Only place on YouTube you're going to find simulated sporting events, mostly football, with live original commentary and interaction with you, the faithful fans, on Nagy on Sports. Julian saying back to pass. He'll fling it over the middle. Caught. Whoop. Dropped. Very rare drop. It kind of looked like he turned around and was trying to run before he fully had it in his hand. That's Jeremiah Smith. That's not something we often see. 3rd and 8 now for the Buckeyes. Scored on every drive that wasn't an interception. Floated. Deep shot. Left side. Single coverage. Now double coverage late and knocked away. The safety did get over there. You can see there, number 15, the safety, Markeith Williams, getting over there in enough time to knock it away. That one maybe had a little bit too much air under it, and the Buckeyes will punt for the first time today. Here come the Hurricanes. Of course, if you're new to the channel, when football is actually in season, which it's about to be, well, technically it already is in college, but most of the teams play for the first time on Saturday or Thursday or Friday or Sunday. A lot of football this weekend for college. Downs will tackle Fletcher. So we do the real Buckeye sim that mirrors the game. So if we find out that Julian's saying, for instance, the quarterback, which we know that he is, he'll be the quarterback, for instance. If we hear that somebody's hurt, we'll try to take them out of the lineup, those kinds of things. Otherwise, we'll take injuries off in the game so we don't get any randos hurt. But try to recreate reality. We'll kind of give you a game preview, maybe Thursday or Friday of each week. And then against what the Browns are playing as well, you'll get the same thing. Waiting for those 53 rosters to update Madden, and then we'll get that one cooking as well. Obviously, we have an extra week before that takes place. So that's a little bit about what in-season Nagy on Sports simming looks like. Carson Beck now on a 2nd and 10, and guess who? Edric Houston. Man alive, has this kid been sensational in the middle of this defensive line. I'm not sure what the caliber of his silver bullet is, but it's significant because he has been a dominant silver bullet this season. 3rd and 16 now for the U. They're going to hand it off to Fletcher. He'll try to go left. It's a couple of yards before Arvell Reese punishes him to the ground. They'll be clearly settling for a field goal, again with Bert Auburn, the transfer from Texas. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-10. Alex, so, I mean, first of all, the young man himself, like Shedeur has been nothing but the model citizen, first off. He's done exactly what they've asked him to do. I'm sure they've been very honest with him, but his fan base, his supporters and his haters he's so divisive, and they're so loud. Like, there are people coming out today calling Kevin Stefanski like a racist for benching him. I'm like, what are we doing here? Or for not playing him over Dylan Gabriel. I don't understand it. The short answer is, Saturday, dump it to Peoples, you saw what some people were fixated on his tape, which is that he kind of plays that hero ball, and he'll extend plays and run around a little bit and not just take the checkdowns when they're checkdowns. Now, whether he did that on purpose yesterday, he was trying to make a bunch of home run throws because of how well that Dylan and Joe had played, and he felt like he needed to make a splash, so he's going to roll around for 20 yards and then make the impossible completion. I don't know if it was the fact that he just wasn't seeing the defense. There were open receivers. Go back to the All-22. There are plenty of breakdowns now. He had open guys for sure, just wasn't pulling the trigger for some reason. But he didn't have a great game in a preseason game. And yeah, some of his offensive linemen got cut the next day. Like, there were other factors for sure, but to say that Kevin Stefanski somehow sabotaged him or somehow tried to put him in an awful position to fail. In terms of the last drive where they gave it to Snoop, to me, honestly, I think Stefanski was trying to just save him from himself. Like, you're going to get yourself killed. You're going to go out there and make things worse. Like, if you go out there and continue to stink and we don't win this game, I mean, not win the game, but you're not successful in the drive, then it could do more harm than good to you mentally. Flick it right side, caught it as he got hit. What a catch. So anyway, I think that he's a fifth-round quarterback. I think he has the ceiling of being an NFL starter someday. That day is not today or tomorrow or a week from now. He needs seasoning and he needs reps and he needs practice. If you were able to watch the TV broadcast, Andrew Berry did almost an entire quarter worth of interview with Chris Rose and Joe Thomas. Nice sack by Sanchez. And he basically said, here's what I want you to think about for Shedeur. He played college football and he spoke English. We're now teaching him Mandarin. So it's no fault of his own. It's just the situation that he was in. He's essentially learning a brand new language, learning how to play the quarterback position in a completely different way. And he's done very well at it. We've seen glimpses of it, but that doesn't mean he has it perfect yet or not. You're also seeing why they had Dylan Gabriel ranked higher on their board, because he can come in. He's an elite processor. He's very accurate, and he gets rid of the ball quickly and in rhythm, and he's not afraid to make the layups, what you need in a Stefanski offense. Hey, this guy's going to be open. Throw it to him in 1.2 seconds or whatever. So can Shedeur get there? Do I think he has a higher ceiling than Dylan? I do. Absolutely he does. And at some point this year, I believe we'll see both of them start games, and then we can have more real conversations about this. But to be upset about it or to make sweeping judgments one way or the other based on a quarter and a half of football against a bunch of dudes the LA Rams are going to cut or have already cut, like, let's just calm down on both sides here and continue to remember what's actually going on. So that's where we're at. Paul, sorry for the long response to your short question there. Welcome in, Ultimate Sports Network. Good to have you on. Appreciate you being here. Welcome in, Ohio State football hype videos. Welcome to you as well. You're watching Nagy on Sports. My name is Phil Nagy. The only place on YouTube you're going to find simulated sporting events with live original commentary and me answering a very long question about the Browns that Alex asked. But another field goal and a good stand by the Buckeye defense. 21-13 here with 4:07 to go first half. This is round number 2, the Orange Bowl of the college football playoff. Our Buckeyes are 12-2. They are playing the 13-0 Miami Hurricanes here, leading 21-13. Had a crazy game a week ago against the Georgia Bulldogs in a blizzard in Columbus. Squeaked it out 17-14. Boot action for Sand. Quickly throw it to Jelani Thurman. Thurman's got it 25 to the 15, to the 20. Nearing the 25, Jelani give him 9 on the play. Excited to see Jelani Thurman play this year. Oh, you just started your own channel as well. Well, welcome. We're excited to have you. We'll be happy to shout out your videos as you get them done. To the right side again. Julian Sand has been crazy good with his feet here today. Yep, and good luck to you as well. We're 5 years into our journey here on the channel, and it's been a labor of love for sure, but a lot of fun. Double tight ends left, 2 receivers to the right side as we trickle down towards that 2-minute timeout. Sand, turn around, give it to, nope, play action boot again. He's in trouble. 40, and this time he can't evade the rush. He'll be sacked. That time pressure came from Akeem Messidor, another 6th-year pass rusher, a transfer from West Virginia. As the Hurricanes are able to get there, and it is 2-minute warning time here. 21-13, Buckeyes lead. Yeah, in this game, he certainly seems to be flexing his Lamar Jackson legs, and he'll be sacked again. Now it's catching up with him a little bit. Still like him to get that football out a little faster, and Miami will go ahead and call a timeout to preserve some clock. Here comes McGuire to boot it away. Joe McGuire, one of the Aussies, punts it away. Nice punt from McGuire inside the 15. And that's where the Hurricanes will take over. Back to pass. Wiggle, throw across the middle. Caught, breaking a tackle. Trader again. Joshisha Trader for the first down. Again, very talented recruit, wide receiver from a year ago. I think the Buckeyes were in on him for a long time. Joshisha Trader ended up picking Miami. Now back to pass, Carson Beck. Again, that transfer from Georgia. Dump it short over the middle. Styles comes flying in to hit Mark Fletcher, the tailback, on a very short little dump out. Thank you, Ohio State. Appreciate that. We'll, when our sim's over, we'll sub you back, my friend. Left side throw, he picks it off! Arvell Reese dropped in coverage perfectly and baits Carson Beck into his 3rd interception of the first half. Oh, boy. Carson is struggling here in this game, and he throws this one right to Arvell Reese. Give us a good replay of this one. Sinking into a zone. And just says, whoop, I'll take that. In the direction of C.J. Daniels, and it's another short field here for the Buckeyes. Prime Jameis Winston. Oh, back to pass. They're setting up a screen, and he got stuck on the line. You can see Peoples was there. Scott ends up making the sack, but Peoples actually got stuck on his right tackle. Austin Sieverfeld, who's actually going to be the left tackle when the season starts for the Buckeyes. So he's had a great camp, and so has backup right tackle Philip Daniels. Motion from Tate, back to pass. Big blitz coming. Sand needs to feel it. Floated across the middle. He's got it. First down is now achieved by Tate on a big gainer, and they call timeout. Oh, boy. They blitzed a whole bunch of people, and he just had to wait for Tate to clear the field on that short dig route. Good thing that they had that route on. Give the pop pass. Nope, they'll give it to Peoples, and he'll just get drilled for a loss of 5. That was that play again where he's starting to spin unnecessarily. Yeah, but you can find a way to do other things in the offseason. Donaldson, big gainer up the middle. Buckeyes will go hurry up. Maybe 10 seconds. They got 1 timeout left. Let's go. Saying they'll run it again. Option keeper right side, on an RPO. Tate, first down. Did he get it? He reached the football out, but oh man, they're going to just kick the field goal. They got a timeout in 6 seconds. Why not go for it? This is about the length of field goal that Fielding missed, by the way, in the Michigan game when we lost by 3 points. He makes that one 24-13 here with 3 seconds to go. Black Ross, welcome in, man. Good to have you. So the first half comes to a close here in the Orange Bowl College Football Playoff quarterfinals. Round number 2, whatever it is you want to call it. And the Buckeyes lead the Hurricanes 24-13 here at Nagy Sports. decent balance. And again, look at those rushing yards for the Buckeyes. It's like 60 of those are Julian Sand. He's been aggressive with his feet here today. Hurricanes are going to get to kick the football here to the Buckeyes here at Megan Sports. Going well. No complaints on this end. Hope you are well. We got real football this week for our Buckeyes, of course, and then our Browns in another week after that. Back to pass now, Julian Sand to start quarter number 2. Now he'll dump it late to Peoples as a nice check down. Wide open, nobody over there, and he'll pick up 20 on a check down. Whew. James Peoples, such a weapon out of the backfield. Excited to see him. Sophomore quarterback Julian Sand. Dump it quickly to the left side to Peoples again. Why not? Just go right back to him for 5 more. Staying on rhythm. Looks like Carson Hinsman is back in, but you still have Javen McFadden starting at the right guard spot. Oh, that one's almost, I just jinxed it, and now Hinsman hurt again. You try to go to Jeremiah Smith, and that ball is almost intercepted. 3rd and 5 here. Sand is empty. They'll just rush 3. He's got a lot of time. He'll float it. Deep shot. Right side. End zone. Tate, and it's knocked away by Brantley. I like the deep shot there. I don't mind it. More often than not, your amazingly talented receivers are going to. Yeah, I don't know. They've been getting hurt a lot. Now they've been hurt. They're like missing multiple plays, not weeks, except for Shabola's went out for maybe 5 weeks. Back to pass now. Beck back to Fletcher, who he faked it to earlier. Takes a shot from Sanchez and Arvell Reese. They're going to go hurry up. Here come the Hurricanes. Give it to Fletcher. Ooh, sweet little cut. Man, he really reversed his field nicely. Sanchez stays with him step for step. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Hurricanes. They're going to continue to try to go hurry here. Beck. Decent time now. It breaks down, and Edric Houston into the backfield to get home for that sack on a 3rd down, no less. So the Hurricanes will have to punt it away. Edric Houston, man, he's been good in the sim season. Really being led by multiple sophomores. Edric Houston, chief among them. James Peoples, Julian Sand, Jeremiah Smith, just a few of the others as the super sophomores here. It was one of Woody's most famous national championships, was with the super sophomores. Up the middle. And Poyser nicked up a little bit for the 2nd time as well. He's certainly in the sim, Alex. He's been playing to that level for sure. Appreciate you being on again. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. Helps continue to grow our college football audience. Quick little throw left side on an RPO, and Ennis can't get around him. Good tackle in space that time by the Hurricane defensive back. It's Ethan O'Connor, redshirt sophomore, to transfer from Washington State, rather. The other Washington across the middle to Tate. Can he make the man miss? He'll dive forward for a 1st down. Look at that effort. It's a leader right there in Carnell Tate, diving ahead for that 1st down. And he stretches it long enough to need RPO wide open over the middle. They didn't cover. Max clear inside the 15 to the 12. Cute little RPO there, and nobody remembered to go with the tight end. So effective when you're attacking the run, and all of a sudden a guy's available, and you can keep your O-line from not going illegally downfield. Peoples, juke moves, spin moves, end zone, touchdown! What a run there! Man, and that number 20 had some shades of Barry Sanders in that one. James Peoples into the end zone of the Buckeyes. We'll add 6 more to their tally. What a run. Oof. That's your guy, Alex. Oh, okay, that's cool. What kinds of things do you put on the Ultimate Sports Network? If you don't mind my asking, or you don't mind sharing. 31-13, Buckeyes. 5 plays, 50-yard on the drive. 31-13 is the result here. Carson Beck turned the football over 3 times. He must be better than that for Miami to have a chance. Again, they are 13-0. They have been unblemished all season, played an incredible season. But they have under 30 minutes to turn things around here. Beck quickly again. He gave it right back. Oh, boy, I jinxed him again. My announcer jinx is on point with injuries and interceptions, apparently, as Beck throws his 4th pick of the game. Oh, my, oh, my. Okay. That's cool, Ultimate Sports Network. We'll definitely check it out. Hartford, oh, man, did he see it from a mile away. That tight end just stood there and waited. Alex Bauman, the senior tight end, transferred from Tulane. Next, potentially in the line of very talented Miami tight ends. This time, blitz and a sack once again from Mesidor, the defensive lineman. Sands got to get rid of that football a little quicker. That's right, cosplaying his Jameis Winston. Back to pass now, Sand. Fling it right side, caught by Peoples. 20, 15, 10. James Peoples casually picking up the 17 yards needed, plus a couple more. And it's a first down and goal for the Buckeyes. Man, I don't know if I would be ready to declare this the kill shot just yet, but it's got to be getting close if they punch this thing in the end zone. The way our defense has been playing, the way our D-line's been feasting. Peoples right up the middle, nice blocking inside zone. Look, he's inside the 5, and he'll fall down to the 2 for the Buckeyes. I don't have the ability to sit him down. I'm not controlling that team. I run this as a Buckeye dynasty. At times, too slow developing and just blown up in the backfield by a bevy of Hurricanes, including Wesley Basanthi, senior linebacker. Back to pass, blitz coming, Sayin, he'll float it to the corner, jump ball for Tate, and he got it, touchdown! I salute you, Carnell Tate. How about that? Just find your talented receiver and just throw it up for him. Look at this, Tate ends up kind of bodying the defender out, and it doesn't even really make it a hard catch. Look at him, whoop. Brantley is way behind him, he high points it in front of him, and that was a cool looking play, and the Buckeyes are cooking with all sorts of gas now. 6:46 on this clock, but it's 38-13. And another short field courtesy of not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Carson Beck interceptions. My, oh my. And now blown up in the backfield by Sanchez is the tailback, Mark Fletcher. Again, they may have 2 top 5 players. Sometimes the absolute best players don't make the best. Actually, could be Carson Beck. They could have 3 top 5 players if Beck goes top 5. That would be their right tackle, Francis Maeaga, and defensive end, Reuben Bain. 3rd and 8 now. Beck, he's in trouble. He'll fling it. Got it, first down, watch out, he could go all the way to the 40, to the 30. Downs is getting blocked by Reese and into the end zone. Massive touchdown. And we'll finally get to figure out what this kid's name is, because he's not number 80, I promise you that. Wow, wow, wow. Tony Johnson. Okay. And he beat him. And then you look down, so it's like, I can catch him. Get out of the way, Arvell. But he just runs into the back of Arvell Reese. And Tony Johnson is supposed to be wearing number 17. He's a transfer receiver from Cincinnati and FAU. So he's supposed to be wearing number 17. But now we at least know that number 80 is number 17. They are, you're right. They are set up, Jim. I agree. 2 very talented teams here. The one difference being a transfer from the Georgia transfer at quarterback who already had established himself and then took a bag to go to Miami. What is it, like $6 million or something they paid him to come here for the year? After the Cam Ward situation, they're like, what if we just pay for one of the best guys in the league? What if he's from Georgia? Who cares? Just pay him. essentially free agency is what we're basically have. Third and 4 here now. 38-20. Don't just want to punt the ball back. There was essentially a one-play scoring drive. Fired across the middle. Caught by Max Flair for a first down. And he'll be taken to the ground by the defender, but first down is achieved. That's O.J. Frederick Jr. Already got that superstar under him. Just a sophomore for Frederick Jr. So Peoples with some fancy footwork for 8. Off guard to the right. So Manny Diaz has had some good recruiting classes, clearly. Option, or a little RPO left side, rather. Ennis, first down, easily achieved. On that left side, where Markeith Williams brings him to the ground. Peoples, nope, play action. Now fire right side, got it. Smith, watch out! See ya! 10-4 for 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Jeremiah Smith. He'd had a quiet couple of weeks. And this time he says, I shall be quiet no longer. I'm the best on the planet. Hear me roar. They ran like 2 slants simultaneously, and everybody went with Ennis. That was the wrong one to choose. And Smith house calls it. Maybe, Alex. There's still a lot of time, but up 25 potentially here. That could be the kill shot. That's a 4-score game. But I don't celebrate anything until it's over. But you're right, that might be it. Up the middle, still running it with Fletcher. He'll lose a yard. Carson back. Play action. And sacked. Kenyatta and Sonny. 6th sack of the day for the Buckeyes. And again, when you know the other team has to pass in this case, or has to run, right? You know they have to pass. You can just tee off and get to that quarterback, which is what they are doing. Fired over the middle and dropped immediately. There's Tony Johnson again. And on a 4th and 9, Miami will punt. I'm not sure why you're punting here. That does nothing. I realize you have a quarter of football left as Ennis gets tackled at the 39. Yeah, a little better than the Snow Globe game, Jim, although that was fun to watch. It was very sloppy football, wasn't it? Pitch to the right side. Donaldson again. 40. Oh, he spun. He should have just kept running straight, and Hinsman nicked up for the 3rd time today. Maybe just sit the rest of this one out, buddy. We got a quarter left. We can roll with Josh Padilla for a quarter if we have to. Up the middle, and big TFL, Raul Aguiar Jr. Name sounds familiar. I wonder if his dad played, Raul Aguiar Sr. I believe he played baseball. He was like a baseball player. Is that why it's in my brain? If only I had the internet right in front of me. Throw up your 4s, friends. Raul Aguiar, they call him Papo. Back to pass for Sand. Deep shot, right side, double coverage, and it's almost picked. Tate does a good job of maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not finding anything about his dad being a professional athlete. So. Back to the game. Back in company. Into the 4th quarter. Here we go. Pressure coming. He'll fling it out of it. Tipped away. Look at Hartford getting way up on the tight end. Bauman. 3rd and 5. Motion coming, and he'll keep it, and oh, that was not the right choice. Hartford was right there. This time they'll go for it on 4th down. Beck back to pass. Fired left side, 1st down. He got it to C.J. Daniels. Carson Beck, 6'4", transfer from Georgia. Kid's from Jacksonville, Florida originally, so coming closer to home certainly than he was in Georgia. He'll dump it off to Fletcher for a short gain. Lorenzo Styles, who had the first of the interceptions for this Buckeye defense. They've picked off Carson Beck 4 times now, and they're just 11.5 away from college football's Final Four. I would say in today's era, maybe much like college basketball, like winning it obviously is its own thing, but will big programs be sacked again? Will big programs be judged on how many Final Fours they make it to? And will that be considered success? You know, the last 10 years, Ohio State's made the Final Four 6 times. Like, would that be okay? And they won it twice or 3 times, or, whatever. So, but will that be the thing? Much like the NCAA tournament, teams care. Not that teams care less about it, but it's like, oh, they made 7 Final Fours. Like that's how they kind of categorize as like really success in the playoff era sport. Deep shot, left side, tipped away and almost picked off. That thing hung up in the air a long time. This is a particular case where not picking it off gives them way more yardage to play with. And running up the middle, 2nd and 10. To the right side, Beck. Well, they played Georgia, and they've played Georgia, and we're going to go ahead and put some backups in to try to avoid further injury and to get to see some of the kids, because we can. Lincoln Kienholz into the football game. 9:15 and counting. And Kienholz fired across the middle to Mylan Graham for a 1st down. Buckeyes to the 20-yard line. Keep that clock a-running. RPO left side. Graham again to the 15. He's open to the 10, to the 5, and he'll be thrown to the ground by the Hurricane defender, Markeith Williams. 1st and goal, Buckeyes. Kienholz in there with Anthony Turbo Rogers. They'll give it to Turbo. Left side. Rogers into the end zone. And the true freshman, the late summer Alabama flip, is into the end zone against the Hurricanes. And Buckeyes pouring it on in a big way now as the backups are driving. Turbo from Montgomery, Alabama. I thought I couldn't remember if he was a Florida kid. He is not a Florida kid. Forget what I was going to say. 52-20, and yeah, I'm not going to pretend to remember the bracket off the top of my head, Jim, but in theory, they've played 2 of the toughest remaining teams now. Actually, that could square. There were 5 Big Ten teams that made it. They could have to square off with another Big Ten team. Frankly, Johnson pushed balloon back. Sonny Styles is in there because they don't know how to do the sub linebackers effectively across the middle again to Johnson. So please don't get hurt, Sonny. 6:47 and counting. And yeah, Alex, I think it's probably safe to go ahead and celebrate an Orange Bowl victory at this point. 52-20 with under 6 minutes to play when this play comes to its conclusion. Probably get ready for the next round. We'll find out what that game is. Stick around to the end. I'll go through the stats real quick. Deep shot from Beck. And it's picked off again by the freshman Devin Sanchez. And he'll take it up to the 44-yard line. 5 interceptions. Look at him doing the little leprechaun hops. Carson Beck, probably still going to be a first-round draft pick, but this is not a great way to end your collegiate career. To put this taste in everybody's mouth could potentially be costing himself millions of dollars. As Beck has thrown 5 picks today. Lincoln Kienholz back in the game. Here comes Turbo. Spinning off one guy from the 45, he'll get 1 yard, but it was an impressive-looking yard. Josh Padilla snaps it back. C.J. Donaldson. He'll be whipped down right at the line. Tackled by Ahmad Moten Sr. 3rd and 11. Keenholz back to pass. Deep shot, left side. He's got him in! Oh, it's the true freshman Quincy Porter. The next 5-star receiver in the pipeline. And Porter, 6'4", 210 from Bergen Catholic in New Jersey. And Keenholz drops it in the bucket, 51 yards. It wasn't the prettiest of passes as that thing wobble. And Quincy Porter on the other end. A 30-30 season for Carson Beck. Oh, I think they'd be happy with that ratio in this game. That means they'd have 5 touchdowns at least. Another sack coming from big Justin Scott. I think maybe Justin Scott was also committed or rumored to Ohio State. I don't know. All these guys get stuck in my brain during a recruiting cycle, and I remember them. RPO right side down at the 3. It was Jelani Thurman. 3rd and goal for the Buckeyes. They are still passing with aggressiveness. Now Donaldson will try to go wide. We know what that's going to do in the game. He'll spin and get into the end zone. He should have been dead to rights, but he spun off and he's in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And we're to the point where it's kind of like, hey guys, save some of these points for next week. I know that's not how it works, but still. Sheesh. 59-20. This is a drubbing. Or potentially more of an indictment on the ACC and the strength or lack thereof of their schedule. Although they beat Clemson, and Clemson's in the Final 8 as well. Very talented roster does Clemson have. So who knows? But we are absolutely pistol whipping him in this one, aren't we? Beck will be an option keeper, and he's just going to get drilled by young Aaron Scott Jr. As the Buckeyes, again, we've got all the backups in there, basically with Sonny Styles, because I would have to manually take him out of that spot. And he'll just blow up Fletcher in the backfield for NTFL. He likes to be out there. I wonder if the game will change his jersey to 0. He is going to be the Blocko recipient, of course. Wonder if the latest title update has him as number 0 or not. Roll to the right side, Beck. Short throw to the tight end Bauman, but he steps out of bounds prematurely. And they're just going to punt. They're like, you know what? We give up. We're waving the white flag, the orange flag. Buckeyes will get the football back. Just take a knee. Or spread them out. 11 personnel. Why not? Lincoln Keenholz, option keeper for him. And he'll be stung right there. Still their starters in. Does Miami. Oof. Tough way to end a great season for the Hurricanes. Again, 13-0. This kind of feels like the Oregon game, right? They were the #1 seed and had the bye. And then we went out to California and just stung them. This has a very similar feel to it, doesn't it? Miami at the bye week. Ohio State has a week to get lathered up, to get going. And then week 2, we just sting them. Yeah, as Keenholz will run it again. I'm still not sure why we're not kneeling, but whatever. Buckeyes are going to win. Hang around for the stats, and we will finish the rest of the playoff games this week and see what the Buckeyes have waiting for them. We've made it to the Final Four, friends. I think anything after this is gravy, frankly. Obviously, you want to win it every year, but I would say that if you can make the Final Four, that should be the goal realistically every year. And the Buckeyes have done it in an unconventional way, which is fine, but here they are. Statistically today, man, Carson Beck, he's going to want this game back. 26 of 36 for 349, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. That's just absolutely killer for one of the best players in college football. Mark Fletcher, 13 for 52. Sophomore Jordan Lyle, just 1 for 3 in this one. 7 for Joshisha Trader. They didn't go back to him much after that. 7 for 137 for Tony Johnson. He had a touchdown. C.J. Daniels, their most talented receiver, 5 for 82. There's Bauman, Fletcher, and then Keelan Marion had 1. in the game as well. Defensively speaking, 11 tackles for Jacoby Thomas, the safety. Charles Brantley, number 19 with 10 tackles as well. 2.5 for Messidor, 2 for Justin Scott, half for Moten Blay and Mohamed Toure. The pick was by Raul Aguiar Jr. For your Buckeyes. He did not eat a W. He ate an L. Saying today, 22 of 28 for 295, 3 touchdowns and an interception. 4 for 4 for 92 for Lincoln Kienholz. His quarterback rating was 293. 14 for 41 for Peoples and a touchdown. 11 for 43 for Sane, and that includes getting sacked 6 times. Donaldson had 2 touchdowns, 7 for 43 for him. TC Caffey also had a touchdown run. Actually, 2 more guys, Rogers and Caffey. 5 rushing touchdowns this game. Turbo Rogers and TC Caffey both got into the end zone as well. Innes 7 for 66. Matt Clare for 4 for 48 and a touchdown. Tate 4 for 46 and a touchdown. 4 for Peoples, 2 for Quincy Porter, the true freshman. 2 for Graham. Just 2 for 74 for Jeremiah Smith. Frankly, didn't even really need him. Get him out of the game early. Rest him. On the defense, 14 tackles for Sanchez, 10 for Matthews, 9 for Sonny Styles. Sacks today, 2.5 for Edric again, 1.5 for for Sanchez. This kid had a monster game. 14 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 picks. Hicks, Atkinson, Jackson with 1. Styles with another half as well. 2 picks for Sanchez, 1 for Reese, 1 for Hartford, 1 for Lorenzo Styles Jr. Buckeyes 59. Hurricanes 20. What a game. What a monster beatdown. That one's going to get Ryan Day some coaching coin. Up to a level 74 as a coach. And they just absolutely whipped them. Let's see what happens. We'll fast forward the week. Can't do no recruiting. Who are we going to play in the Final Four of college football? And it is going to be, after Devin Sanchez gets Player of the Week. Yes, we get it. He was very good. It's going to be Penn State Part 2. Here we go. It's going to be in the Peach Bowl. Penn State is the team. They are 12-2. We're 13-2. We did beat them in the regular season. Let's look at the rest of the CFP bracket. Here is where we are at. Duke beats Oklahoma, the SEC champion Oklahoma, and Michigan takes care of Clemson. We have a 3/4 Big Ten Final Four. Holy moly. My, oh my, oh my. So 5 versus 8, Ohio State, and 6 versus 7, Duke versus Michigan. Man, the path to... Well, how crazy would that be if we had to play Michigan for a second time to win the Natty? That would be crazy, crazy, crazy. Then which one does it matter if you win more? That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares about the regular season game because this could be waiting for us. All right, friends, this is a lot of fun. Appreciate it. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. Thanks for the new ones. We'll check out your channel there, Ohio State Football Hype Videos. I appreciate your subscription, and thanks for joining us here today. To all the rest of my subscribers, you guys are the best. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Today we'll say, go Bucks! And as always, go Browns!